Box turtles are turtles of the genus Terrapene native, although box turtles are terrestrial members of the American pond turtle family, and not members of the tortoise family. The 12 taxa which are distinguished in the genus are distributed over 4 species. They are largely characterized by having a domed shell, which is hinged at the bottom, allowing the animal to close its shell tightly to escape predators. Box turtles have become popular pets, although the needs in captivity are complex. The females usually have yellowish-brown eyes and the males usually have red or orange eyes, but the most reliable manner to distinguish males from females is to examine the plastron. On males there is a concave area centered beneath the hinge. Taxonomy and genetics. The genus name Terrapene was coined by Merriam in 1820 as a genus separate from Emies for those species which had a sternum which was separated into 2 or 3 divisions and which could move these parts independently. He placed in this genus amongst others Terrapene boschii and Terrapene carolina. Also several Asian box turtles have been formally classified within the genus Terrapene, e.g. Terrapene bicolor and Terrapene cultralia. Currently 4 species are classified within the genus and 12 taxa are distinguished. Eastern box turtle, Terrapene carolina, Carolina Gulf Coast box turtle, Terrapene carolina, major Mexican box turtle, Terrapene carolina mexicana, Terrapene carolina putnami o. P. Hay, 1906, 3-toed box turtle, Terrapene carolina triungus, Yucatan box turtle, Terrapene carolina yucatana, Coahuilan box turtle, Terrapene Coahuila Schmidt and Amp Owens, 1944. Southern spotted box turtle, Terrapene nelsoni stejnega, 1925. Ornate box turtle, Terrapene ornata, ornate box turtle, Terrapene ornata desert box turtle, Terrapene ornata lutea H. M. Smith and Amp. Ramsey, 1952. Box turtles have diploid somatic cells with 50 chromosomes. Ecology and behavior, life cycle and predation. Once maturity is reached, the chance of death seems not to increase with age. The survivorship curve of box turtles is therefore probably similar to that of other long-living turtles. The average lifespan of adult box turtles is 50 years, while a significant portion lives over 100 years. The age of a growing box turtle in the wild can be roughly estimated by counting the growth rings on the scutes. The plastron is the best place to do this because it also allows examination of wear pattern. However, the rate of one ring per growth season has not been fully confirmed, and estimates beyond 20 years are unreliable because the scutes is usually worn smooth. Box turtle eggs are flexible, oblong and are on average 2 to 4 centimeters long, weighing 5 to 11 grams. The normal clutch size is 1 to 7 eggs. In captivity and in the southern end of the range, box turtles can have more than 1 clutch per year, while the average clutch size is larger in more northern populations. Turtles can defend themselves from predation by hiding, closing the shell and biting. The risk of death is greatest in small animals due to the size and weaker carapace and plastron. While the shell of an adult box turtle is seldom fractured, the box turtle is still vulnerable to surprise attacks and persistent gnawing or pecking. Common predators are mammals like minks, skunks, raccoons, dogs and rodents, but also birds and snakes are known to kill box turtles. Diet: North American box turtles are omnivores with a varied diet, as a box turtle will basically eat anything it can catch. Invertebrates form the principal component, but the diet also consists for a large part of vegetation. The diet is amended with fruits, gastropods. While reports exist that during the first 5 to 6 years, box turtles are primarily carnivorous, while adults are mostly herbivorous, there is no scientific basis for such a difference. Distribution and habitat. Box turtles are native to North America. The widest distributed species is the common box turtle, which is found in the United States and Mexico. The ornate box turtle is endemic to the south-central and southwestern parts of the U.S., while the spotted box turtle is endemic to northwestern Mexico only. The Coahuilan box turtle is only found in Cuatro Ciénegas Basin habitat because box turtles occupy a wide variety of habitats. A standard box turtle habitat cannot be identified. Mesic woodlands are a habitat where box turtles are generally found. T. ornata is the only species regularly found in grasslands, but its subspecies, the desert box turtle, is also found in the semi-desert with rainfall predominantly in summer. The single location where Coahuilan box turtles are found is a 360 square kilometers region characterized by marshes, permanent presence of water and several types of cacti. Prior to hibernation, box turtles tend to move further into the woods, where they dig a chamber for overwintering. Ornate box turtles dig chambers up to 50 centimeters, while eastern box turtles hibernate at depth of about 10 centimeters. The location for overwintering can be up to 0.5 kilometers from the summer habitat and is often in close proximity to that of the previous year. In more southern locations, turtles are active year-round, as has been observed for T. coahuila and T. C. major. Other box turtles in high temperatures are more active or only active during the wet seasons. Evolution box turtles appeared abruptly in the fossil record, essentially in modern form. The absence of strong changes in the morphology might indicate that they are a generalist species. It is therefore complicated to establish how their evolution from other turtles took place. The oldest finds of fossilized box turtles were found in Nebraska, date from about 15 million years before present and resemble the aquatic species T. coahuila most, which indicates that the common ancestor was also an aquatic species. Fossilized specimens of T. ornata and T. carolina were dated circa 5 million years before present and indicated that those main lineages also already diverged within the Miocene. The only recognized extinct subspecies dates from the Pliocene and was with a carapace length of 30 centimeters, much larger than any other species. Interaction with humans. Conservation status. As the conservation status is defined for species and not for a genus, differences exist between the different genera. Terrapene coahuila is, as it is endemic only to Coahuila, classified as endangered, while the range reduced by 40% to 360 square kilometers in the past 40 to 50 years. The population of this species reduced from well over 10,000 to 2,500 in 2002. The most widely distributed species, Terrapene carolina, is classified as vulnerable, while Terrapene ornata is in a low E category as near threatened. For Terrapene nelsoni, insufficient information is available for classification. Sniffer dogs have been trained to find and track box turtles as part of conservation efforts. Box turtles as pets. Most turtle and tortoise societies recommend against box turtles as pets for small children. Box turtles are easily stressed by overhandling and require more care than is generally thought. Box turtles get stressed when moved into new surroundings. Some specimens will wander aimlessly until they die trying to find their original home if they are removed from the exact area they grew up in. Three-toed box turtles are often considered the best species to keep as pets since they are hardy and seem to suffer less from being moved into a new environment. Box turtles can be injured by dogs and cats, so special care must be taken to protect them from household pets. Box turtles require an outdoor enclosure, consistent exposure to the sun and a varied diet. Without these, a turtle's growth can be stunted and its immune system system weakened. It is recommended to buy captive-bred box turtles to reduce the pressure put on the wild populations. A 3-year study in Texas indicated that over 7,000 box turtles were taken from the wild for commercial trade. A similar study in Louisiana found that in a 41-month period, nearly 30,000 box turtles were taken from the wild for resale, many for export to Europe. Once captured turtles are often kept in poor conditions where up to half of them die. Those living long enough to be sold may suffer from conditions such as malnutrition, dehydration, and infection. Indiana, Tennessee, and other states prohibit collecting wild turtles, and many states require a permit to keep them. Breeding is prohibited in some states for fear of its possible detrimental effects upon wild populations. Collecting box turtles from the wild may damage the populations, as these turtles have a low reproduction rate. State reptiles. Box turtles are official state reptiles of 4 U.S. states. North Carolina and Tennessee honor the eastern box turtle. Missouri names the three-toed box turtle. Kansas honors the ornate box turtle. In Pennsylvania, the eastern box turtle made it through one house of the legislature, but failed to win final naming in 2009. In Virginia, bills to honor the eastern box turtle failed in 1999 and then in 2009. In opposition, one legislator had asked why Virginia would make an official emblem of an animal that retreats into its shell when frightened. What may have mattered most in Virginia, though, was the creature's close link to neighbor state North Carolina.